Right, part 2 of our Africa adventure, and we are hammering over to Casablanca from Faro. Small cloud layer as we got over there, but that cleared, and then the first thing we got was a hold. When the royal family move in Morocco, all non-essential VFR traffic, etc., gets stopped. This is fun, isn't it? The delay only ended up being 45 minutes, which was fantastic. So it wasn't long before we're on our way to Tantan, our next stop. This is definitely a factor that we're expecting to encounter. The temperature started creeping up, and obviously that massively affects any helicopter's performance in this kind of situation. The 119s are immensely powerful, super capable, but even so, as the temperature increases, the range decreases, the performance decreases, so you've got to keep a real close eye on this. Tantan is both a civil and a military airfield. We met some absolute legends here on the apron, and they told us to stay away from the big airports like Casablanca, etc. So we heeded their warning and continued. This next bit was wild. We got this controller who we requested to fly over Leon. He said we couldn't wait to follow the VFR route, so we said fine. He then came back to us. The back and forth was insane. Finally, a lady came on the radio and said we could cross over Leon, and then had to pick up the VFR route again. We didn't think much of it. It was just an extraordinary exchange. Charged over these kite surfers in Dakhla. As we entered, and when we landed, we did not expect what was coming next. The full force of the Western Sahara military marched onto the apron. They confiscated our phones, cameras, all digital devices, and they accused us of surveilling and photographing their military base in Leon. I think this country is in constant state of war or something. I got sent to the tower, explained how we had to follow the VFR routes. I explained how we were cleared over Leon. This back and forth. I then got obviously told off for filming in the tower, so still hadn't learnt my lesson. The handler in Western Sahara was incredible. I started to explain to the military guys about the full might of the British military, and he just told me to wind my neck in and keep quiet, so I did exactly that. We checked into the hotel in Dakhla, which is a kite surfing Mecca. Dad is very much of the old school. There were no keys in this hotel, just security, so he insisted on bringing his bag to dinner, which was great. Next morning, we were greeted by thick fog, but we made our way to the airport and they cleared us out of there, which was, I think they were kind of happy to get rid of us in the end, which is good. So we kind of went on a special VFR clearance, so happy days. Next stop, the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, and this was quite a big leg. This was over 300 nautical miles. Absolutely stunning scenery en route, and we're on our way to meet Az, who's our contact in Mauritania. First thing we encountered, Dad insists on using his Irish passport, and there was an extra €5 charge for using this passport, which Dad took huge exception to, and the argument that ensued was massive. I wasn't 100% sure they're going to let us in, but they did. As is the ex-Prime Minister's son, and we know him through Julia Hartogs, who helps us buy all the machines, gets them to the UK. I think they used to do bits in university. From my understanding, the Mercedes 190 seems to be the weapon of choice out here. Pretty epic that all the taxis are in yellow. As he took us to his home in the centre of Nouakchott and prepared this traditional lamb lunch for us, explained all the nuances and explained all the rich history of Mauritania, which was fascinating. He then took us back to the airport, showing us more on the way out. It was incredible to see Nouakchott, the sprawling metropolis, as we flew out and on to Senegal, our next stop. Straight away, we were forgotten about. We were left on the apron, just trying to figure out what's going on. Dad was losing his mind, which I always find hilarious. But it wasn't that long before they picked us up, checked our passports, got his bag, and then we blasted off to the hotel in Dakar. Next is the third and final episode, and it starts with absolute chaos of us trying to leave Dakar on a VFR plan.